There comes a point in life when we're forced to recognize that identity isn't built through achievement, performance, or external validation. Identity grows from the inside out, and at the heart of that growth is something many adults have forgotten how to do: nurturing. When we talk about nurturing in identity work, we're talking about three relationships, three internal dynamics that shape how we think and behave. The first is the relationship with our inner child. The second is how we manage the inner critic. And the third is how we care for our adult self, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Let's start with the inner child. Your younger self still lives inside you, not as a metaphor, but as an emotional memory. That child still carries unmet needs, fears and longings, and a deep desire to be seen, soothed, and safe. Many adults try to bypass this part of themselves by being strong, self-sufficient, or endlessly productive. But the truth is simple: identity cannot blossom without returning to the child within. When you nurture your inner child, when you listen to their needs, protect them, offer warmth, allow emotion, you begin reconnecting with the most authentic part of who you are. This is the part that feels, imagines, loves, hopes, and dreams. When you reconnect with that child, your identity begins to soften, expand, and breathe again. But nurturing isn't enough on its own. We must also confront the part of us that blocks authenticity, the inner critic. The inner critic is not a villain at its core. It is a voice formed in childhood, an echo of unhelpful parenting, inconsistency, shame, fear, or emotional absence. It learned to keep you safe by controlling, policing, and limiting you. But what helps you survive then is suffocating you now. To nurture your identity, you must separate from the critic's voice. You must call it out, identify its tone, name its messages, and establish boundaries with it. This is where the nurturing parent inside you becomes essential. The adult self must say, "You don't get to speak to us like that anymore." Firm boundaries are not cruelty, they are protection. They are the gateway to emotional freedom. When we push back against the inner critic, the inner child finally feels defended. And when the child feels defended, identity begins to heal. But there is a third layer to nurturing, taking care of your adult self. Identity is not only emotional, it is physical and spiritual. Your well-being matters. The way you move, the way you breathe, rest, and nourish your body shapes the stability of your inner world. The way you seek meaning, connection, and stillness shapes your sense of purpose. When you nurture your adult self through healthy choices, boundaries, rest, creativity, and spirituality, you create an environment where the inner child feels safe, where the inner critic loses power, and where identity can grow. Nurturing is not sentimental, it is structural. It strengthens the psyche from the inside. It reconnects you to the parts of yourself you abandoned because life demanded you adapt, and it restores the adult self to its rightful position as leader. Identity blossoms when we tend to all three levels: the child who needs care, the critic who needs boundaries, and the adult who needs nourishment. When these three parts learn to coexist in balance, something remarkable happens. The noise quietens, the fear softens, and the real you, the authentic, grounded, compassionate you, begins to emerge. That is the power of nurturing. It is not a luxury, it's a return to the self. And if you'd like help rediscovering your identity, taking care of your inner child, look at my website. Book a free discovery call. Let's see what's possible.